What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Trey P bringing you some NBA 2K13 gameplay. I'm playing with the throwback 76ers, with Allen Iverson. And I'm playing against the throwback Lakers with the young Kobe with the Ush. And the young Shaq, Superman Shaq. Look at the crossover by George Nash on Kobe. But man, the 76ers and the Lakers used to be, look at the rips by Iverson. And one, the 76ers and the Lakers used to be, some of my favorite matchups when I was younger. Allen Iverson was my favorite player post Jordan. Allen Iverson was a great player, a great scorer, a big time trendsetter. Look behind the back. Beautiful. He trendsetter, great scorer. Had attitude, played with a lot of heart, and he was pretty much someone that any kid could probably emulate or try to emulate because of his size. Everyone doesn't grow up and they're 6'4", 6'5", damn near 7 feet tall. Allen Iverson was about 6 foot, 160 pounds soaking wet. So that's most of your that's like your average person. Oh my, look at the spin move and one. Iverson, he was a slender guy, very quick on his feet, had great footwork, a pretty good defensive player as well. He used to be really good at playing the passing lanes and also, pluck your handles, from time to time. If you haven't had a chance to see him, I definitely encourage, checking him out on YouTube. If you were too young to see him, or you wasn't watching basketball then, you was in jail, anything like that. It's really hard to compare him to anyone, that plays today. Maybe the closest person I could think of is Derrick Rose, who's actually my favorite player now. Minus the strength and power that Rose had, but Iverson had, about the same amount of speed, maybe even probably faster, to be honest. Great crossover. They both had great crossovers, and Iverson, even though he was thin in build, he was able to finish at the rim with a variety of different shots and floaters and things of that nature, which made him a great scorer. One of the all-time best scorers in NBA history, as a matter of fact. The young Kobe was a beast, man. Young Kobe, to me, still to this day, I think he's the closest person to Jordan that I ever seen. On top of all of his offensive skills, he had a very great jump shot. Back in his younger days, very athletic, and on top of that, an all defensive NBA player. That's something that Jordan used to do for year after year after year. On top of his great offensive skills, his clutch playing ability, he was also one of the top defensive players in the league. Iverson for 3. And the young Shaq was the most, Shaq was the most dominant player, that I ever seen. Probably the person that only compares to him was Wilt Chamberlain back in the day. Of course, I was way too young to see him. Iverson, what do you want to do? Getting double teamed by Shaq and Kobe, gets around the double team, and gets fouled by Ori. We know Robert Ori be hacking like shit. Man, the free throws bucket. Also, I'm playing on Hall of Fame difficulty. Gameplay is on simulation. That's how I like to play 10-minute quarters instead of 12-minute quarters, to try to get a more realistic stat line at the end of the game. Look at Shaq just bullying his way on Mutombo. And Mutombo's one of the best defensive players that ever played in my generation. Probably one of the best of all time. He won 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, if I'm not mistaken. Mutombo was great with his best days were in Denver. In Denver, he was a total beast. When he came to the 76ers, he was towards the end of his career, but still very serviceable. A great pass by Shaq just now. Iverson coming off the screen, bucket. Some of the role players, bring back good memories, like the younger Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher was one of the most clutch players that you can find. Get into the half. Fade away, get off me. That's how you end a half right there. Derek Fisher was, one of the best clutch players, that we ever seen. Robert Horry, Mr. Clutch, Mr. Big Shot, hit big shots for the Lakers and for the San Antonio Spurs. Look, Iverson with these crossovers. Thought I should have made that one right there. Kobe by himself on the break. Damn. Allen Iverson, he took the 76ers to the NBA Finals in the 2000-2001 season. I think that was the last lockout as well. And he took one of the most sorriest supporting cast that you ever seen to the finals. They won one game against the Lakers that year. The Lakers won the championship 4-1 that year. But to me, it was amazing how this 6 foot, 160 pound shooting guard was able to take this team to the finals. The point guard that year was Eric Snow. Eric Snow had no jump shot to save his life. You can leave him open around the free throw line, he won't make it. Aaron McKie was probably the best supporting player, and Aaron McKie, he was a very good role player, overall. By no means a superstar. Dikembe Mutombo was by no means a superstar, but a serviceable defensive player. George Lynch played pretty good defense. Offensively, he didn't really, offer much at all. And so on and so on. The bench wasn't any better. So he took that team all the way to the finals. Kind of reminds you of the effort that LeBron, when he took the Cavs to the finals that year, he ain't really had much of a supporting cast. I mean, who was their best? Daniel Gibson probably played the best, with him throughout that playoff run. Daniel Gibson don't even start in the league no more. Look at the Euro step by Iverson. It's just smooth. This game is so beautiful, man. Seriously. It's Kobe all with the spin move. See how Iverson responds here. Oh, they left the lane open. Easy too. Of course, today is Sunday, by the way. That's when I do most of my videos. Look at the defense by Kobe. Somehow Dallas was able to pull off the win. My best wishes go out to Jerry Brown and his family. Dallas Cowboy family right there. Somehow we pulled out the win. It showed a lot of character that they were able to still play today. By no means it was worse than the situation last week with Kansas City Chiefs, where the guy blowing his fucking head off in front of the head coach and shit like that. There's nothing on this, but just wanted to give, some positive feedback to my squad. Somehow the Skins won today too. RG3 got hit really hard. Look at the steal. Pass to Mutombo. Mutombo 7-2. You gotta dunk that, man. But RG3, he got hit in his leg by Haloti Nada, and his leg looked like spaghetti. It looked like Gumby. Like that joint just looked like it died. Like it had no bones in it at all for a second. I don't know. He possibly broke his leg or tore his ACL or something like that. But the Redskins might be in trouble. ID gets an MRI or X-ray the next day. Iverson. With the crazy layup to close out the game. If I end up winning this game, I just hit free throws after that for the last 50 seconds or so. Dropped 50 points and 10 assists with Iverson. Kobe dropped 33. He had a great game too. Here's some of the signature highlights from the game. Some people would say the signature highlights are not in the game anymore for the individual players. That's in fact not true. I found it. You have to go to, after your game is over, you have to go to the box score, go to your player stats, and just hit and just press X or square on the Xbox. I mean, for the PlayStation, for the player that you want to see highlights for, and the signature highlights are there. Anyway, definitely this your boy Trey P DMV. Hit me on the Twitter at Trey P DMV. Check out my music. Shout out to Stamp That. You know, shout out to, you know, a lot of folks I'm subscribed to. Heartache Times, Fisticuffs, and a bunch of, and the rest of y'all. For real, y'all kind of, you know, inspired me to do some of this video shit. The highlights. This game is just beautiful. I picked up the Far Cry 3 too. The Far Cry, yeah, that's a good game right there. Oh man, this is your boy Trey P DMV, and I'm out. I'm about to chill out, watch the rest of these football games. Deuces.